Formula 2 is not an easy class to race in. I think everyone can agree on that. It is also a series that can provide some really good racing, sometimes even better than higher class Formula racing. F1. This is the second round of the GTL race day. The first one is already up on YouTube. If you're interested, go check that one out. But this time, it's a reverse grid. And if anything, history can tell you that these guys go absolutely ham in these reverse grid races.
And off we go once again with a reverse grid, and already some of the cars going a bit wide. Thankfully this time my wheel is not shaking like it's possessed by a demon. But from the looks of it, not everyone can get through the traffic. Cleanly, already without making lots of compromises. The fight is already on at the back of the field. And there is a lot of I'm trying to find the right word for it, because it's not like they are making contact, but they have to be very, very cautious about where which of them are. And from the looks of it, they can just barely do it. Oh, there's a trouble. Tobias spins out. I'm not sure if there was contact between him and the other car. I believe that was his speed racer who was going side by side with him. Left one is down without trouble. Well, there was one, but without major crashes or anything like that. Usually the reverse grid races are the crazier ones out of these two races. So let's see how crazy this will get. I already see some switching around from Twisted Vine, trying each side to see if he can overtake. But also behind him is SMC, who also tried to gain place. And speaking of, he's already trying the outside there, but it didn't really work out. Behind SMC is Longy and then Steven. Steven is already up into P9. Gun P10, Ethanic P11, Tobias P12. Oh, from the looks of it, there was a bit of a not so well executed braking, let's just say that, from one of the cars in front. Later Force does the fastest lap of the race so far, 1:23.1. SMC in the meanwhile goes side by side, but bears out of it, almost loses the pace in the process. Meanwhile, Hagi goes up into P2, Smith drops down to P3, and there's such a traffic jam in turn 3. So many places gained and lost in one single corner. I think I've counted at least 7 cars in this. You could fill a parking lot. Oh! One of the cars went off there. I believe that was Steven or Longy. One of them. Oh, there goes Twisted Vine off track. Okay, based on how far Gun is down, I'm just gonna say it was probably him who went off. It can only be either Gun or Longy because it was a white and blue car, but based on how far Gun is down now, I'm just gonna say it was probably him who went off. Gunn takes a look on the inside there. There's a little bit of smoke coming off from the other car in front. That is his teammate! Logan not only looks up, but spins out, and he is now down into P11. And also SMC makes a mistake as well. He does it on its own, goes into the wall, recovers. Thankfully, once again, no damage on the server, which means that no flat spots or mechanical damage on the cars. Little Force currently has almost 5 seconds of a gap on Hagi. Question is, will he be able to hold on to this? Seeing how some of the big guns at the back are having trouble gaining places, this might be his chance to secure a win or a podium. But then again, we are just about to start the end of the first third of the race, so it wouldn't be fair to mention stuff like this just now. In the meantime, Reaper... Oh boy, Reaper makes a terrible mistake at the end of the chicane and drops down. Also Longy and Twisted Wine going side by side. Longy on the inside, Wine on the outside. Don't spill it. They go side by side. And Longy stays ahead. Jumping on board with Steven. This looks to be the closest fight on the track. Both Ethnic Gun and Steven, P5, 6, 7 are so close to each other that this could be even a double overtake from Steven if he would really want to. DRS is open. He will go for a move here, I'm pretty sure. Okay, I was wrong, but it really looked like it, that he would go for it. He bails out of it. Bit slow on the exit, but he might be able to make up for it in the final corner. Don't forget, you can open DRS whenever you want it in the zones. There is no requirement. Meanwhile, Gun does the fastest lap of 1:20.2, and then Longy, his teammate, does a 1:21.8. Steven does his high line here, gets a good exit out of it. Will he be able to get close enough? That's the question. He does look on the inside, and Longy, no, Gun makes a mistake. Car lunges up into air. The curb launched the car up into the air. There was nothing he could have done to save it. It looked terrible, probably felt terrible. And now he has about 9 laps to make up for it. Tobias looks up on the entry of the chicane. Will Gun be able to get the place here? He gets close enough. He goes for the inside. They are side by side. In the meantime, Ethnic and Steven are fighting as well. Gun on the inside gets the place. Nicely done. Ethnic and Steven are still fighting. Ethnic don't want to give up on this place. He wants to stay P5 for the time being, thank you very much, and refuses to let Steven by. Almost, kinda, it looked like he was almost forcing him into the wall. Little Force still has a lead, and that lead only gets bigger with time. It's now about 8 seconds minimum. Third place is Smith currently. And then Speed Racer, Etonic, Stevon, SMC, Longy, Gun, and Twisted Wine are the rest of the top 10. Tobias and XL Leaper are in the last 2 places. Stevon is going for a move here. He's going for the inside. He's going side by side with Etonic. Normally if you go for the inside that's gonna be enough, but from the looks of it he is hold up. Oh, they made contact! The two of them touch on the exit of the corner. And now Etonic is down into P6. Question is for how long. They are very, very, very close to the cars in front. That is at least 2 cars in front of them. So both Speed Racer and Smith are within target range, and that is Huggy as well in front. So from P2 down to P6, this is very close. They are very, very close to each other. Did I tell you that? If Etonic plays the cards right, he might be able to gain places here. He did show it during this day that he has pace, that he is able to not just fight, not just defend, but also to make ground. And let's see if he can improve on that. Stevon in the meanwhile just overtook the car in front. Ooh, that's a bit of a late reaction. Smith does a spin there. Jumps down into P8 for the time being. That might be even more. Had a terrible luck. But Etonic is up into P5 now thanks to that. Stevon currently P3, Huggy P2. And Etonic now goes to the outside. Maybe it was just a reaction on avoiding action. But Stevon now does the opposite of that. And he goes for an overtake and gets the place on Huggy. Huggy might have not expected a car on the inside there and went off track there. Let's not forget that both Lethal Force and Huggy are on the mediums. Stevon, Speed Racer and Etonic are on the soft for this race. And those are your top 5. Meanwhile, Smith gains a place in the final corner. But once again, Tobias goes for the inside but locks up, couldn't get it done. This just shows you that just because there's an overtaking spot doesn't mean it's easy. And Reaper goes off track there. And already left. The leaders are catching up to the back of the field. This field only has 12 cars in it. All of them are fast drivers. But once you do a mistake, it's really hard from recovering from it. And also someone joined the voice chat. A bit late comer. Reaper has trouble once again. Thankfully, he's able to let everyone else by. Now the whole field left him. Etonic goes up into P4. Speed Racer might lose one other place here. Oh no! Oh, that's a terrible clash between Longi and SMC. Talking about bad luck. Anthony currently P4 and getting closer and closer to Hagi. Oh, goes a bit off track there. That might be, and that just might be, but that will be helping the cars behind him. Unfortunately, because of this mistake, he drops down to P6. Might even lower. As now Longi goes side by side with him. Atonic lets him by. He had the opportunity. Unfortunately, that mistake cost him dearly. In the meanwhile, Stevon is up into P2. And we are currently watching Hagi, who's been holding on to this place as long as we can remember. In the meanwhile, Smith and Reaper having terrible luck at the back once again, making mistakes, spinning out, and just overall not having a great time. Stevon is on a mission to hunt down Lethal. The gap is down into 4.3 seconds. That is huge if we count in that Hagi wasn't able to make ground. Ooh, but Stevon makes a mistake. Very rare to see Stevon making mistakes. But he holds on to it, doesn't go off track. And from the looks of it, not many lockups either. Didn't see smoke coming off. Hagi just crosses his... well, goes through, rather, the final corner. Meanwhile, SMC and Twisted Wine going side by side at the back. SMC on the inside. This is a place where you can overtake. And he does it. But I'm unsure if Twisted Wine is going to let this one slide. Oh, there's a mistake in front, and that is Hagi. Poor Hagi did so well so far, but now he drops down to P9. Speed Racer is now up into P3, Gun P4, Longi P5, Ethanic P6, SMC P7. Stevon currently is 3 seconds off from leader. He goes pretty wide into turn 1, that is his usual line. Let's listen to the man at work, or rather his car. Final lap is on the horizon, everyone. This is your time to make the move if you were planning to do so. And I'm pretty sure Steven is thinking about just that. He managed to shrink the gap down to 1.3 seconds by the end of the second stage. Sorry, second sector. It might be even down to getting down to like, I would guess, half a second. And that's not just the guess, because it's already down into 6/10. He's gonna go up a bit here, obviously in a braking zone. Oh, that is a car of check. But here he comes, Steven. Very much behind Lethal Force. If anything, this is gonna be your last chance now, Steven. This final sector, you have to make it count if you want a double win today. Final corner. He's taking a high line. Can he get close enough? No! He cannot. Lethal Force takes the win. And Steven manages to get a P2. The rest of the field is now going through as well. Speed Racer holding on to P3. Gun P4, Longy P5. Atomic P6, SMC 7th place. And Twisted Wine 8th place. Huggy only manages to get P9, and then Tobias and Smith on the final cars to cross the line.
Do you vision mirror a lot, yeah?
Yeah, as soon as I seen Steve-O come in, he was 8 seconds behind, I thought, oh fuck, here we go.
Whenever I look at my mirror, I understand.
Yeah.
Looking at those white cars coming behind you.
And Reaper, you had a fucking disaster, that one.
Yeah, I was right there for a minute, but then I spun it on that lap and then waited, and then I was going too hard and crashed and then fucked the tyres and just kept spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning after that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thanks for moving, though.
That's all good.
Yeah.
Hi guys, love you and leave you. I've got to be up at 4 for work. So.
Well, thanks for joining in, mate.
Alright,
I'm gonna run two guys.
How's it going?
This time.
Yeah,
Thanks, Lethal. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys. See you next time.